Hey friends, Charles from The Gentleman's Journey here. Guys, in this video we're talking about 10 different fire starters that you need to see, and I'm throwing in 11th just for fun. Well friends, in no particular order, we have these fire plugs from SWS. We have a Magnesium fire starter over here. We have a Ferro rod with some jute cord. And then we have this pull start fire kit I'm particularly excited about. We have some fat wood from Pine Mountain. We have some storm matches. We have this little bushel from Gofire. And lastly, I promise not sponsored, we have some more Gofire products. Now friends, this won't be ultra scientific, but I do want to make sure that it's kind of similar across the board, pun intended. So I went out and bought some 1x6s. I quartered them up, guys, and then I used my axe to go ahead and get some kindling. So what we're going to do is build 10 different fires, and then we're going to be checking for things like, is it wind resistant, water resistant, how easy is it to use, how's it going to fit in my pack, things like that. All right friends, the first up is going to be this Gofire fire starters. This is a powder, and it's supposed to be waterproof, non-toxic, and a 10-minute burn time. This would definitely be easy to pack in somewhere. You can tuck it in your back pocket, tuck it anywhere in your pack. You can light it with a fire starter or with a lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and open this with my knife here, and I am going to put it on the ground underneath the fire there. Let's go ahead and try a ferro rod real quick. Look at that, it caught. That gives you such a nice surface. I mean, I'm not even moving these boards around. I was gonna do a little more there, but it gives you such a nice surface that you're already just lighting this stuff up. I'll tell you what, I've been using these and I'm really impressed. They pack so small and it just gives you plenty of time to get something started. I always say do your homework, so have some small sticks and branches nearby, but the first one, guys, I'm super impressed with these. Next up, friends, is gonna be this fat wood. So this is from Pine Mountain, but you can get yours wherever you want. A good thing to do with this is gonna be to feather stick it out. Look how nice that is. So this is soaked in natural pine pitch. It's right where the branch meets the base of the tree. So let's see if that's gonna do it. I'm gonna try with a fire starter. If it doesn't go quickly, I'll just use the lighter. All right, it caught, guys. How good is that? So fat wood is proving to be pretty decent all on its own. Look at that flame that you get to work with. So I've chopped these up nice and small, so I have some stuff that's gonna catch. Again, with the pine, this is all dried out. Look at that black smoke coming out of there. Now I think with this fat wood, guys, the idea is to make sure and do your homework and have some smalls ready. That's what's helped me when I'm using fat wood. Again, folks will buy this and stick 2 or 3 pieces under some logs, hit it with a lighter. If you don't even need to feather stick it out, and it'll go. So I think fat wood is definitely something to have, you know, whether you're out backpacking, camping, or just around the house. Friends, next up is gonna be the storm matches. So this is from NJLP. It has a really cool canister that's waterproof. I think that's something to think about, but these work in the water as well. I think why get them saturated if you don't need to. So it has a sparker, and then let's check out how this goes. Hopefully it works in one match, but we have a whole canister here in case it doesn't. Whoa. All right. Storm matches. This is gonna be more hands-on than some of the other stuff, if you will. I'm running out of that red stuff there. The match itself is still wood. Not gonna happen, guys. So I'm gonna bring out my feather stick here and give that a go this time. All right, well, I think we're out again, guys. Call it user error, call it what you want, but I'm on my 3rd match. I think we got it that time. Well, friends, these little matches took 3 for me. Now, obviously a takeaway would be feather stick out a few more, have it nice and thin, and have a bunch of smalls ready. I talk about that a lot and I wasn't ready. So friends, you know, if I just had 1 match, I would do a lot more of my homework. But so far, guys, yes, these are gonna be waterproof, stormproof matches. Probably not my first go. I would have other options first. I always carry a ferro rod, but you know, I think it definitely did get the job done. So next up, guys, is gonna be this magnesium fire starter. Now, something that's so important about this, if you read the bottom, it says includes flint, striker, knife, and enough magnesium fuel for dozens of campfires. I think what some people don't understand about these is you're actually buying a block of magnesium. All of this here is the magnesium, and that is what we're gonna be actually using to start the fire. So it comes with this striker here. I'm gonna try just using everything it comes with. This magnesium, we actually scrape off, so you're getting tons of little metal shards. Now what I'm gonna do, the reason I built this like a platform, I almost put the wood back together, is I'm gonna try to get as many of those shards to land on that wood as possible. So I'm gonna build those up, and then what I'm gonna be doing is trying to start those. Those have a really high flame rate, high burn point when they actually ignite. And so you're really trying to shave off a ton of those. Typically I would use my knife for this, but I'm trying to use just the kit that it came with. So you'll see mine curved way out here because I get a bunch of that going. You could get some in your hand and build a little pile. But if you're just throwing sparks, that is gonna take quite a bit to get a fire started. It can happen, but if you're defeated, it's because you're not using this thing right. All right, friends, let's give this a go. I got several at once. Let's see if that's enough. Nope, not gonna be enough. All right, friends, so that didn't work. So I went back and got a lot more shavings. I'm gonna put this down in the middle. Nice little ball there. I think I have enough wood, enough small too. I just don't think I had enough shavings. All right, let's go for it one more time, guys. Hopefully this is it. It's caught, it's caught. Look at that. That was a lot right there. That was a big burst. Hopefully we got some wood. Gotta have lots of smalls ready. I think I did. Oh, brother. Oh. All right, check it out, friends. This thing kicked my butt. I had to go off camera and really go to town shaving on it. So, you know, compared to some of the other options today, this might not be the go, but I guarantee you, you know, you ought to have one of these around. If you don't have something else, this is gonna get your fire started. So do your homework, get a big old pile of shavings coming, and get some small wood, and I think you'll have her. Next up, friends, is gonna be the classic petroleum jelly and on a cotton ball. So I have this Canadian Dry can. I cut the lid off. I was today years old when I realized you can use a can opener on a can. Pretty smooth cut. So I'm gonna stick one of these on a end of a stick. We're gonna go for the fire starter. If it doesn't work, I have my backup right here. Oh yeah, caught real good. So we're all pretty confident with these. I don't know the burn time. It is pretty nice to carry. You can stick this in a bag, a plastic bag or something. Weatherproof, I think it's gonna be weatherproof. You know, you can get them wet, and this petroleum jelly kind of rejects the moisture, if you will. In terms of lighting, I was pretty confident, so I didn't build up a bunch of smalls. because we know that these have a good burn time. So we're all pretty confident with this one, guys. You can check out the fire there. Now, if you're hiking on a trail or you're back there and you get chapped lips or you get some kind of wound, I mean, you get chapped elbows, guys, you got some petroleum jelly on hand. So these guys, a little messy, but the good thing is you can use that on your body. So these are definitely a win for me. I think another great option to have. Next up, guys, we have these SWS fire plugs. Now, I'm not familiar with this company. I started following them on Instagram, but lots of companies like Blackbeard and others are gonna sell these plugs. I think Gofire might, I can't remember. But they say you kind of pull them apart and fluff it. I mean, it's not far off from the whole cotton ball thing, right? So just a fire plug. Probably not doing that completely right. But at any rate, I built another little foundation here. I'm starting all these with the ferro rod here. You guys know I love my ferro rod. So I'm gonna see if it catches. It caught immediately. And I went ahead and made some feather sticks so I can get this thing going pretty good. As far as I know, so these are gonna be 5-minute burn time, windproof, waterproof, strike or match to light, you know, pretty easy, guys. Look at that. I did a feather stick here and it takes right away. So that's me doing my homework. Got a couple sticks ready. I'm pretty impressed with those, guys. Has a nice little case here and just a bunch of them. Has 25, well 28. You can throw those all over your pack. I'm super impressed with these guys. Now, I imagine a lot of fire plugs work the same. I'm following them on Instagram. They're a pretty cool company. Easy to use. It took the ferro rod immediately. As soon as I was able to hit it on target, it went. So these you can keep in this can. Pretty lightweight. If you're trying to backpack in, this isn't gonna bug you. Have a couple in your pocket, one in the glove box of your car. I think this is another great option. Next up, guys, are these Gofire. I call them little fire bundles, fire bushels. These are all natural and they're coated in wax. So it has a 6 to 8 minute burn time. It's gonna be another water resistant. I've been using these guys. I got one tucked down in the bottom there, and I'm just gonna use the ferro rod again. Alrighty, so that thing is awesome. It creates a really great flame. Has the wax in there. It's like feather sticking gone wild. There's so many thin little layers of wood, and it's just gonna be going immediately. Has a really good flame. I got my smalls standing by if I needed them. Look at that thing burn, guys. It just creates an awesome little burn. It has all the wax in there to catch, so they work really easy. They're small, they can go in your back pocket, all the places all these other can. It's not messy, it's all natural. I think this is a really good option. Again, all this stuff is gonna be in the link in the description below. Guys, the knife that I'm using is this Mora knife. I just did a video on this, my ultimate backcountry fire processing kit. Guys, I love this knife. I can do feather sticking, I can do batoning, all the things I need for this video, I'm using this knife for. All right, again, friends, no special order, but here we are, Blackbeard fire starters. I'm excited about this because, guys, if you go on social media, you can't help but see them. They're really good, at least at marketing. I can give them that. We're gonna test out their fire starter. This is gonna be a lot like when we do the ferro rod and the jute cord. It's pretty much jute cord dipped in their signature sauce, and reportedly, guys, this will take a strike with the ferro rod with no problem. See, I have my smalls ready, but guys, it's my first time using this. A lot of these others I've used already. It'll be my first time for Blackbeard. All right, take two. Well, that's not great so far, guys. I don't know what's going on. Let me get a bunch more. So I'm gonna get a bunch more. Now I took off a whole chunk. I'm gonna fluff it. Make sure it doesn't need any extra fluffing. All right, let's go back at it. It's supposed to be windproof, waterproof, and take a strike from a ferro rod. There it goes. We got it lit that time. So that was a bunch of strikes, but now it's doing what it's supposed to do. I added some more there and it started working better. You can argue it's my technique, but I was hitting there pretty good. Well, there it is, guys. We got the fire started with the Blackbeard rope. Again, they have plugs, they have other stuff. They have a lighter that's pretty neat. I took off a little more on the second time and it finally went. So I was throwing some pretty good sparks. I don't have any complaints with this though, guys. Honestly, it wasn't too many sparks and I got it. So maybe take off about an inch. I was trying to be cheap and just do a little bit. So honestly, I'm happy with this stuff. This is something you could have in your pack and just take a little chunk off at a time. Again, it definitely is waterproof, wind resistant, all that. So this is a piece of kit I could definitely see having. It's self-contained and stuff like that. So honestly, Blackbeard's good by me. Next up, friends, is my favorite, just a standard ferro rod. So I'm gonna do it first with the ferro rod and then ferro rod with jute cord over here. So I took the time, hopefully I did my homework, and I got a bunch of shavings down, and I'm gonna start this one with nothing but sparks. Made sure and had some smalls standing by so that when this took, I am prepared. So friends, I would say that's a skill that you always want to be honing in, and there's just as much going on after you start the fire as before. You can smother it, but the more feather sticking you do, the more ready you are, the more successful that fire is going to be. This is just jute cord dipped in wax. One of the ways to get it started though is to fluff it. You get all those fibers loose and that catches a spark pretty well. So I'm going to come back with the ferro rod, my favorite tool. Look at that, first try. So that's lit now, and you just have a flame that's easy to do, easy to get your fire started with. Guys, we're dealing with very dry pine, so these are kind of the ultimate circumstances. You're not always going to get this out in the wild, so you can use other stuff that's around with you. You can use pine needles, you can use bark. There's all kinds of things to use. You might be dealing with wet wood. This is extremely dry. What I should have done is feather stick this out. It would have made that a lot quicker. Then you can just extinguish it by pulling it back in the tube. So friends, I got two separate fires started right there just with the ferro rod. So that's something that I swear by. I have this in my kit with me all the time. I got one in the truck, in the camper, in my backpack. I even have a little camelback where I just go on day hikes. I always have this with me. Well friends, I think I've been lying the whole time because I said no particular order, but I did save the best for last. Now, I'm an 80s kid, grew up with fireworks, and something about this just looks so fun. So I went ahead and anchored this off. Now I have 3 of these, and it says the fastest, the easiest, no matches, no kindling, rainproof, and burns for 30 minutes long. So it has the green cord and the red, and you're supposed to pull this tab first. So I got that out. You're supposed to pull it quick. I pulled it kind of slow. I anchored this in. You just attach that to a log, and then I have all this stuff ready to go. So friends, check it out. I just get to pull it. Oh, that was fun. Oh, that was fun. And now that's that is awesome, guys. How good is that? 30-minute burn time, that's kind of intense. So there's no question about that. Absolutely no question. Oh my goodness, friends. That thing kind of describes itself, so you really don't have to. That thing was so fun. Guys, I don't care which fire starter you get, as long as you just get one of these just to have fun with it. You know, have a group of friends over in the backyard, get ready to start a fire. You know, the neighbors like, I got this, and you're like, hang on guys, hang on. You pull this out, and it's sure to at least please the crowd. So is it something you backpack in with? I don't know, it's maybe not the lightest weight, but guys, that was super fun. Well friends, we have some kind of weird charge thing, almost like fireworks, and then this was like sawdust in there. So I thought about cutting one of these apart because I wanted to see how it works, but it's too much fun to light. Well friends, you didn't think I forgot about the bonus one, did you? So for number 11, I like to use junk mail. Guys, we get so much of this stuff, and friends, I don't care what you got going on. If you can get a hold of your debt, that is what's gonna be best for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the lighter. We're not messing around. Guys, number 11, get a hold of your debt. The Bible says the borrower is slave to the lender. So guys, we're gonna tell these credit card companies what we think of their junk mail. All this is, guys, is just fire starters. So friends, as this smoke dusts me out, guys, I sure hope you are enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. Guys, this one cost me a bunch of money. I bought all these fire starters myself, and I'm gonna use all of them. You'll keep seeing them on the videos, so make sure and subscribe. We're gonna be starting a bunch of fires this year, so you can see each one. Let me know in the comments which one you guys think is the best. Which one would you not leave the house without? Which one you taking on the trails? Which one did I miss? If there's a fire starter that you guys love that I didn't show today, let me know in the comments. So friends, from adventure to the next adventure, be blessed.